What's up, YouTube? So today in this video we're going to be working on this turd here, which is a 2004 WaveRunner XLT 1200. What we're going to be doing is removing the catalytic converter out of this. Okay, this is me from the future. So before I actually do the cat removal, I'm going to tell you about this. It's a tough built 16-inch massive mouth bag. They sent me this bag because I can put my tools in it. So I'm gonna fill it up with all kinds of stuff that I might need. This thing did not work this time. One of the carburetors still having issues, but I can put it up here, or I can throw it full of tools and throw it in my side-by-side in case it breaks down. So thanks for that. Also, you know, I do HVAC and plumbing, so it'll work for that also, but probably going to use it for the off-road tools. Quick and easy to grab and throw in whatever, side-by-side, jet ski, go-kart, whatever. Yes, now I've done quite a few videos of cat deletes, and this is no different. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. You need to get the kit. I'll link it down below. Buy it from there. Gives me a little kickback from Amazon, but I need to get started on this thing. But enough talking, let's get started on doing this. We're going to start with the easy stuff first, and I'll show you a step-by-step as quick as I can. I'm not going to show you how to take every bolt out though, so if you need that, this probably isn't the video for you. And when I say that I'm not going to take show you how to take every bolt out, I mean I'm not going to unscrew it on camera. I'll show you every bolt, just not unscrew it. Trying to get this video as short as possible. So now that you have that stuff done, we're going to work on more easy stuff, and we're going to start right here with the boot that's right here. We're going to take it off right now. Alright, so got it pushed back. You don't have to disconnect this tube here that's at the top. Now underneath there's two more that you have to undo. Right, so we got it loose now. It spins, but you're pretty much going to leave it in place. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this hose, this is next. So, got it loose. Now, way down here, there is another clamp that you got to take loose. Now do that one. So now we're on the other side of that clamp. This is the muffler or water box, whatever you want to call it. Now what I like to do, unhook this, and then you can slide that whole thing back. There's what it looks like pulled back. It's loose, a little bit of water may come out, but that's okay. Now next step. Now the next step, you're going to want to unhook this wire here. You follow it down. You can unconnect it from the little bulkhead or whatever so you can unclip it better. This is going to be replaced with a sensor, a dummy sensor. So at this point we've done pretty much every simple thing you can do. The only thing that's holding it now are these bolts here with these little loop things. I'm on the other side now so you can see it better. You gotta take those nuts off, these bolts out. There are two bolts down there. Once you take those out, it will move around. But then the problem is you either have to get under here with your arm, and there's a plate that mounts under here that I'll show you once I take it off. You have to take that off with it in here, and unless you're a 5-year-old, you're probably not going to get your hands in there. So what you're going to have to do, unfortunately, is pull the head. Now don't freak out because it's not that hard. All you're going to do is pull out all these bolts. But you can start by pulling the spark plug wires off, then these off, then this plate off. You don't have to pull this part of the exhaust off because this part will come out, and I'll show you the piece once I get to the point why we had to take the head off. Also, another thing to mention is you got to pull the spark plugs, or else this nut right here will hit the spark plug unless you use a wrench. So don't freak out if the whole stud comes out. Not a big deal. You can pull it out. Then that bolt way down there and right there, that's the little plate that I was talking about. It bolts to this side and this side, so you can't take these bolts out and separate it to help you get it out. So at this point, once you've removed those, it's loose. Now you can see that bracket down there that attaches. Now that bracket will come up and hit the head and won't allow it to come out because this exhaust is pretty long. It goes all the way down there. Now if you've got a friend and a crowbar, you can get it out without pulling the head off. It is possible. People do it all the time. I've done it, but huge pain in the butt. But now is the hard part. Now we're going to pull the head off. And if you want to fight it, go ahead and try it. Now that this moves, you can kind of sneak your hand underneath here to get to those bolts. And if you can get that bracket off, you don't have to pull the head off and you don't have to fight it as much. So I'm told. I've never been able to reach under there and get it because I can't break it loose. And I have one of these ratchets, but I can't get it to break it loose either because it's not strong like an impact is. So I just choose to pull the head off, and I promise it's not that big a deal, and that's what we're about to do now. Okay, so now we've pulled these two off of the head. Make sure when you're taking these off that you get the hose clamps off, or they'll fall down somewhere and it's really hard to get them. Now you pull all of these bolts loose. They're numbered. Start from the highest number and go backwards. It even says the torque spec on here. I think it's 34 Newton meters or something like that. You can look it up online if you're not sure. I just tighten it. Now we're going to pull this little bracket off. We're going to pull this bolt out so that we can get this grease relocation thing that goes to the drive shaft out. And then we're going to kind of push that out the way. And it's going to come loose like that. Obviously you're going to need two hands, so I'm going to put the camera down. So a couple of other things real quick is there is a ground strap right here that you need to get out. If you pull it over, you got a lot better access to it. And I always leave the bolts down in here so I don't lose them. So now you can kind of see this bracket right here and why you need to pull the head off, because it needs to go over the cylinders, or the jug people like to call it. So you gain quite a bit of room by taking the head off. So be careful when you're up here. Make sure your trailer's steady. You're gonna fight it quite a bit, but you pull up straight, and then once you get up, you twist like that, and then it's out. Then you can disconnect this other temperature sensor. So now you're going to want to unhook that sensor there from this plug, and this whole unit will then be free. So here it is on the ground. These are the two bolts you would have to get out up underneath the exhaust to get this plate off so that it doesn't hit the head, which is pretty difficult. Now you can get to them. Now you can take them off, and then you're going to have to take off these bolts also. So there you have it. Once you take those bolts out, it comes off of this cone, and then this cone comes off of this, which comes out of this, and this is the catalytic converter. This is what we are after to get out. Pretty heavy. This one doesn't seem too bad because you can see through it. Okay, so this is it. This takes the place of that catalytic converter. This plugs in to where that sensor would, because basically it would throw like an alarm and say the exhaust until you put that in. You could silence the alarm if you think that you can make one of these plates. Why it's not completely open, I don't know, but that's all it is. Anyway, if this video helped you, hit the like button, comment down below, let me know if I should have done anything different, because I didn't really feel like showing you how to take the bolts loose. If you can't do that part, you probably shouldn't be doing this project. I'm not putting it back together because it's basically reverse order. If you can take it apart, you can put it back together. Just keep track of your bolts when you're taking it loose. And yeah, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think is wrong with that carburetor or whatever. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.